Listen, Queen, there's a real danger to being the provider for a man. And it goes beyond spending money on him. It goes beyond you being the breadwinner. Because there are a lot of successful women who are breadwinners and that works for them. But it's dangerous when you don't recognize what type of behavioral patterns you're creating in your relationship and for yourself in the future. So let's break it down and let me explain. You may be a woman who has her own money and so you don't need his, who has her own car, her own home, and so you don't need his money. And so it's very easy for you to say, don't worry about it, I got it, especially if you make more than him. And as a relationship coach for high earning women, I see this in my clients a lot. But as your Sacred Queen coach, it is my duty to explain to you the best way for you to move forward in dating and in relationships and in your life overall so that you receive and are able to softly position in your feminine, right? The danger is that even though you have the things that you need, there will come a time in your relationship where you will need him to show up as the provider, not just with money. And most likely it won't have anything to do with money. But if he is never put in the position to provide for you, to learn you, and to support you when it comes to those really tough times in adulthood where maybe there is loss and you need emotional support, he won't be able to give it to you. Where maybe there is anguish and you simply need a resting place, he won't be able to be that for you. And this comes about because men have to be taught how to love you. They don't come into the space with a manual just knowing what you need, and you don't even know what you need to genuinely feel loved by your partner unless you do trial and error, unless you allow him to show up from the very beginning and the two of you learn together. So if you are a successful woman who makes her own money and has all of her own things and has a support system of good friends and colleagues, you may do too much and give too much in your relationships with a man, and you will put yourself in the position of being the provider of the financial support, the emotional stability, the mental health, the psychological foundations. And when that one thing happens in your life where you need him, he will not know how to show up for you. He will not even be able to be there for you because you have crippled him by providing everything for him and not allowing him to position as the provider and your actual partner. And at that point, the only thing that can happen is that the relationship will have to be completely broken down and completely destroyed in order for it to be rebuilt.